Hey, what's going on? Wanted to quickly come on here and walk you through exactly how to build a niche YouTube funnel that gets you qualified leads on autopilot. I use this exact system to help Kinson here start and scale up his YouTube channel for his e-commerce coaching offer, getting hundreds of thousands of views on these videos and automating the entire process. Also used it myself here to actually, build out this YouTube channel, which you're currently watching this video on. So some things I'm going to cover here are how to deeply understand your ICP, how to design a strategy that fits your goals because everyone's different, how to build brand signature style, and finally, how to make it hard to fail actually building out the systems for you. So first off, you want to deeply understand your ICP because it allows you to be precise with your content. If you're an online coach doing over $20,000 a month, you know by now, the more broad you go, the harder it is to sell to people, the harder it is to actually give a custom solution to people. So what you want to do is you want to target a very specific demographic. If you're targeting everyone, you end up targeting no one. You don't want to be there. You want to build this layered target that allows you to hit precisely your ICP. Let's say you're creating gym content. That's this, right? Like just gym broad content. Sure, you're in a niche. It's better than just creating broad self-improvement content, but it's still very broad. So gym content. Now let's say you want to target people who want to lose weight. That's the second ring. The third ring can be midlife men who want to lose weight. And then the middle ring are midlife men who work 9-to-5 jobs who want to be able to lose weight. And you can go even deeper for the why. They want to lose weight so they can support their family and, actually show up for their family. Now you can dive deeper into their actual pain. You can better understand them, and it makes it a better experience for yourself and for your viewers as well. So you need to deeply understand the current situation of your viewer. They have pains, they have fears, they have desires, and they have a day-to-day, how their life looks like. You want to be able to specifically define that, along with defining the dream situation that they're looking for. So how do they live? How much do they make? What do they do? Where do they want to get to? And if you can define that gap and you can be the person who connects these two scenarios, then, they're going to want to actually work with you. And especially if you can make this gap very apparent in your YouTube videos, showing that, they're not in a good place now, really diving deep into their problems, making it very clear for them, and then solving that problem by giving them a clear path to how to get to the dream situation. And then they're going to want to work with you so you can actually guide them down that path to get to where they want to go. But first, you have to make them problem aware, then you can make them solution aware, and then you can get them to your dream outcome. So study the ecosystem they're living in right now and use that as insight to reverse engineer your positioning and strategy. Ask yourself, what are they currently watching? Let me pull out my thing here so I can show you guys. Ask yourself, what are they currently watching? What content formats are they using or are they used to? What beliefs are being reinforced by the content they're consuming? And how can you create contrast, not just visually, but strategically? And if you funnel that all down, you get to create intentional content distribution. There's a top, there's a middle, there's a bottom funnel to all content. You should know this by now. If not, I'll quickly break it down and even just touch up on the specifics if you want to kind of reverse yourself on it. So top of funnel here is not just to get reach, but it's to, is my camera, this camera is super wide, man. Okay, so top of funnel is not just to get reach, but it builds first the belief system. So you're getting them into your funnel and you're building the belief system they need to have to actually want to work with you. Let's say you're trying to teach them how to lose weight. You want to give them the specific belief system that eating a clean whole foods diet is the way to lose weight. And now your product will help them actually get on that whole foods diet because it's a new way of living life. It's also going to filter attention. So you're not getting the wrong type of people into your funnel. It's going to attract the right people and avoid the wrong ones, right? So it's also filtering through the top of funnel. I started this video by mentioning if you're a coach doing over $20,000 a month, that's going to filter out people who aren't doing $20,000 a month as they feel like the video is not fit for them. Sure, you're going to lose a bit of retention and watch time on that video, but don't see that as a negative since YouTube is going to know that the people who this video is meant for are a certain avatar and it's going to push more towards them. So middle funnel is where you build trust. You show the deeper problem that you understand it. If you can articulate their problem better than they can articulate it themselves, you win, right? So you want to use articulation, patterns, vision, and not just value dumps. Make it clear. Don't just throw a bunch of random value at them. Give them a clear step-by-step process, and that's going to allow them to, actually understand what you're talking about. And the bottom funnel here is where clarity turns to conversion. So, they're going to go into your video very confused, and you want to just make it very simple for them. You want to go deep and unveil the process. So like, what does the process look like to lose weight? Making it clear. So then when they do want to work with you, or if they are hesitant about working with you, you're just like holding their hand. Like, this is what it's actually going to look like, right? Just make it a lot easier for them. And then overwhelm them with social proof. So if you have case studies, show them off, and make it very clear that you're the guy to solve their problem. Speak to silent skeptics. People are going to ask, is this guy legit? I know the info space has sort of a bad rap, although, if you position yourself correctly, that shouldn't be a problem. And you just want to speak to the people that do have that bad taste in their mouth around, quote unquote course sellers. That's not what we are. We actually educate people and help them get to their dream goals. But, people who don't actually take action, people who aren't willing to invest in themselves, they're going to have bad things to say, and you want to be able to speak to them. So giving them social proof. How this actually looks, let me show you here. So we have Eman. He has this, how I made whatever with digital products, and you can just copy me. This will be a top of funnel video. As you can see, it's one of the most viewed on his business channel. And he knows that since this is top of funnel, he can't directly funnel towards the product, or at least he shouldn't make that the only option because the viewers may not be warmed up enough to him. So the way this works is you don't need bottom funnel. The reason the bottom funnel is there, like the bottom funnel YouTube video, is if the people aren't warmed up enough from these two stages, which happens, So the way I go about it is I give them the top of funnel. I funnel the top of funnel to the middle funnel. And then from middle funnel, they have two options to go to the bottom funnel or to work with me, right? And with the top of funnel, they have the option to go to this video or to work with me. So if they're already warmed up enough, in the description, they have two options for both of these stages. However, I push more towards working with me with the middle funnel, and then bottom funnel is like, all right, dude, come on. Like, I'm your guy. Let me just give you all the proof. But Eman here, you'll see this video is very raw, him just like breaking down his digital product strategy. Then he gives him two options. You can book a call, or you can watch his actual video here that is going to funnel. This is like more of a bottom funnel video, I'm assuming. Book a call for 8-figure license. $20 million. What is this? Okay. Then he has like a little lead magnet here. So yeah, that's more middle or bottom funnel. I would say the lead magnet here is enough to really push them over the edge if they're a bit iffy. But you can see he gives them multiple options. So like if they're not warmed up enough, they can go ahead there. If they are, they can start working with him. So very nice. Always give them options. Don't just like force work with me down their throat, because you might actually lose people in your funnel from that step. So you're here to agitate more than you're here to educate, right? A lot of people hop on their YouTube channel and they just throw all the value at them. Problem is, like, if they don't have this first belief system built, they're not even going to listen to any of the value you give in these sections, right? Jeez, my penciling skills are very sloppy, but you want to first build the belief system. And I talk about this in another YouTube video I have posted. I forget what the title is. I think it's going to be something like, do this to build an audience of buyers. I believe that's the title. And if you watch that video, I talk about you want to teach the philosophy and sell the application. And that's kind of what I'm talking about here. Too many people fall down the rabbit hole of trying to become a content creator. Like, you're not here to become the next Bill Nye the Science Guy. You're here to actually give them the belief system so then you can teach them properly and hold their hand when they actually work with you. Because if you give them too much now, they're going to go and they're gonna run with it. They're gonna apply your info. Problem is, you only gave them, let's say, like this much of the pie, and they're gonna think this is everything. So they're gonna run with that. They're going to fail, and then they're going to blame it on you. So that's where it becomes a problem. You want to build the first belief system, the first step of actually doing the process, and then you sell them on working with you, where you can walk them through the entire process and reiterate over time. And the chances of getting success is like way higher, right? So that's the goal. Run your YouTube channel like an entrepreneur would. One goal is more money, more clients, right? Because the more clients you can get, the more money you have, or the more clients you can get, the more people you can help, the more money you have, the more you can advertise and get more clients to help. So it's a win-win for everyone. Now let's talk about designing a strategy that fits your goals. So You have to ask yourself, what would my dream client need to hear to know that I'm the one who can help them? Very important question. If you do not understand your ICP enough to answer this, do a bit more deep diving, hop on more discovery calls with people, ask them more deep questions, really understand what they're looking for when they want to work with you. What you can look at here is I have this one channel I had. Let me pull it up here. All right, so I have this channel here, which I went very broad in the past, posting all sorts of content. I learned a lot about YouTube, the algorithm, how to get views, but these videos weren't made like VSLs. They weren't made to convert, which was my fault, like I'll admit. Could have made a lot more from this channel, but I still think I learned so much and I gained such a large audience from it that like the upside was there still. But I got a ton of views, ton of subscribers, all of that, but zero coaching clients. I also didn't have like a clear offer. I've learned so much since that channel, and that's why I launched this other channel to actually build a clear offer off of it. And this is what the channel looks like. So as you'll see here, this video by itself right here got around 57,000 views since it was uploaded. And on top of that, it has generated a ton of clients, ton of discovery calls, all of that, and made me $37,000 off the first YouTube video on the channel because I positioned myself properly and actually ran a proper niche talking head YouTube channel that was targeted towards a specific niche, right? So find the strategy that fits you. For me, it was not going self-improvement. Like what I was trying to do is self-improvement and then self-improvement. And then at the end of the video, I was saying like, if you want to grow your personal brand, because I was like, okay, everyone who wants to improve their life should want to grow a personal brand. Problem was I was not teaching them about personal branding. I was not positioning myself as an expert at content. And because of that, they were not trusting me. I was also focusing too much on like educating and not enough on building a belief system. And all those things became problems in the buying process. And that's why sales were lower than I wanted. So brand signature style. How can you find this? You can find this with brand equity stacking. So take a look at this. I have 4 videos here on this channel right now as I'm making this video. By the time you're watching this, there's going to be a handful of them. The first video positions me as an expert. The second one positions me as an expert again. I'm just giving away free value. And then I'm showing results. So now they think he's an expert, he gets results. And then from there, I take it one step further. He knows my exact problem even better than I do. So you want to build brand equity with your content. These are not just like individual videos. These are all a part of one whole, right? They all work together to build your brand. And because of that, you can use videos to bounce off of each other to, build this full stack belief system that allows you to then convert your viewers to clients. So a very important thing you want to do when building brand equity, because these are all individual assets, right? These are all things that are going to make me money over time, and they're going to be evergreen. They're going to stay on my channel forever. So if someone watches a video in a year and they want to go back and learn a bit more about, some other tactics I was using a year ago, they could go back and this might be enough to convert them. So always building brand equity is very important. Do not just think about short-term results. This isn't paid ads. And to build brand equity, you need to have a consistent brand, right? So people actually want to go video to video, and every video is not just on a different topic and different niche. So to make that even more effective, I actually built out brand assets here. I'd recommend doing this as well with colors, fonts, making yourself stand out as an authority. You'll see I'm actually writing in this exact color. That's how far I took it. Then I had defined my larger brands, the branding styles, the signature styles, what makes me unique. Everything was written out and planned. Don't just go into this thinking you can just free ball it and get lucky. YouTube doesn't work like that. Maybe it did a few years ago, 5-10 years ago. Now it actually takes strategy, and the competition is high. So you need to approach it properly. But the ones who do come out on top are the ones who win big. So if you can get yourself around the right experts, if you can learn from the right people, you will win, right? So make it hard for you to fail. Use systems. This is what happens when you spend your valuable time trying to figure things out. You have, content recording sessions daily, very unstructured. You're wasting hours and hours on end. You have folders and folders that are impossible to get through, just no structure whatsoever. VSL scripts, B-roll, editor in India, material for editing. There's no structure to it. And, you have editors who don't even know what they're doing. You have to guide your team through all these processes because you looked in the wrong places to find your team. You didn't know where to look. You didn't know what team structure to have. You didn't know what systems to have. And that just causes you to waste a lot of time, money, and energy. And you don't get the results you want in the end. It's just like not what you're looking for. So you can actually systemize things and show up one time and let your systems work for you. What you can do is you can batch record once a month, which is what I teach all my clients to do. On top of that, I give them the exact YouTube workflow that I use in every single one of my videos that allows me to actually systemize and automate my process to have editors, thumbnail designers, even creative directors come in that can script videos for me if I wanted to. However, right now I want to script my own videos, so I'm kind of staying away from that. But you'll see we have like full guides and workbooks and everything to fill out so everyone that comes on my team knows what they're doing. And that's just very important because you want to be able to align with everyone that comes in and not wasting time having to do stuff yourself. This will allow you to grow your personal brand in the long term, scale your coaching offer to over $80,000 a month on autopilot, and have the freedom to focus on things that you love. If you're spending your time recording constantly and sorting B-roll and telling your editor what to do because you did not have the right system set up, you're going to be taking time away from your clients, therefore getting them worse results, therefore not being able to scale, because at the end of the day, coaching is all about reputation. Check out that handwriting. Coaching's all about reputation. If this goes down, so does your cash. You lose all that momentum. So do not let your reputation crash just because you did not have the system set up properly. As you'll see here, when you get things right, you're able to close, deals with paid in fulls off of just one YouTube video that you posted. We'll have Kinson here, who I showed you at the beginning of this video. Crazy stuff, like one video, 80,000 views. I do not guarantee quick results to my clients. However, it's possible because I know how to position you correctly. So if you're looking to get results like Kinson, actually building out a proper YouTube funnel and running it like a actual engine, not just this liability that's making you waste a bunch of time, then you can schedule a time to chat with the top link in the description. You can feel free to ask any questions you have about building an organic YouTube client acquisition system. And from there, we'll discuss how I can actually help you out. So I'm excited to chat, and we'll speak soon.